Okay, so as I was saying, on the good side, I was feeling confidence, strength, increased sex drive, and I was gaining a lot of size, and it was a lot of fun, right? Like you have this list of all these drugs that they give you all these different feelings, you know, and although it was really expensive, I was figuring out a way to get these products for cheap, and I was getting them from sources from all over the internet, which is going on all over the world, right? And a lot of these sources are scam, by the way. I just want to give that heads up, so don't go and buy stuff from the internet because you're going to get scammed. And please don't message me for sources because I don't get involved in that anymore, and I don't know anyone, and I won't want to know. Anyway, so that's the good side. And now on the other side is what I didn't know, is what I want to share. Because, see, we get hooked on something because we don't know the full perspective, right? So if somebody becomes addicted to, let's say, cocaine, they don't wake up one day and say, hey, listen, I want to become addicted to cocaine for the rest of my life. No, that's not how it works. They go to a party and somebody offers them a cocaine and they do a little bit of here and they do a little bit there and they're like, hey, I'm not addicted, I'm feeling fine. And next thing you know, they cannot be normal without the cocaine and they have to do cocaine all the time. Now, I hope, you know, I'm probably going to piss a lot of people comparing steroids with cocaine, but it's just an example of how we can get hooked on something, right? So on the other hand, when I was doing anabolic steroids, here's the shitty part that was driving me crazy. One is that you constantly have to stay on this shit, otherwise you're an emotional mess. And I'm talking from my experience and experience of hundreds of other people. We all know, okay? They say that the time on is equals the time off. So we have to stay on steroids for, let's say, 4 months. We get off for 4 months. But the pain is when you get off, you become this little girl. We all have all these emotional problems because you take Clomid. And it's very, very, it's just this emotional trauma. And you're constantly worried about losing your size and muscle. You're feeling depressed. You don't look very good. You're, you know, feeling just your workouts is just trying to get by. So it's not a very good feeling. Eventually, after a while doing steroids, most people don't get off because they don't want to go through this pain of misery of having shitty feelings. So they just stay on low dose all year round, and that's what I did. And that's what happens. Now, when you stay on for so long, what happens, a few things happening. One is you lose your balls, okay? You basically lose your balls. Now, depending on, you may think, oh, whatever, who cares about balls? But, you know, some girls actually do care. Believe it or not, some girls, that's what they like to do. They like to lick balls, right? And I don't have a problem with that either. In fact, I love it. But anyway, so that's one thing happens. You lose your balls, and it just feels weird not have balls. Like you go to the gym and you take your, you want to go shower and you have no balls, right? And that's one thing. Of course, you can fight that by taking this other drug, which is more chemicals you have to pay for and inject yourself with, and that even works sometimes. Sometimes doesn't. So you lose your balls. You also get, like for me, for the first few years, I got incredibly nasty acne on my back. It was so bad and so yucky and painful. I became just like these, these animals that have these thorns on the back. I don't know what they call them. But it looked so bad. I could not sleep at night because my back was in pain. I had to take these other drugs and stay on it, which is really, really hard on your liver to be able to get rid of those. So that's another thing, back acne. And the other thing, but these are all side effects that I don't even consider these the big deal, actually. The biggest problem was what I call ANTs, automatic negative thoughts. Automatic negative thoughts. See, as it is, sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days, right? Sometimes we get moody, sometimes we, feel good. Now, when I was on anabolic steroids, I would feel, well, this is my perception, I could be wrong. Of course, I had all these other issues. But I was feeling like I was a lot more on the edge. Like, things would piss me off a lot faster than when I was not on anabolic steroids. So if, let's say, I was sitting down, and all of a sudden, this would fall down, all of a sudden, I'm like, ah! Like that, right? I was like, oh, like just on the edge, yes. It's just like, here's the thing, it's like, let's say you don't eat food for a while, you know how you feel when you're hungry, and you become a little bit of a fucking freak? that's how I was feeling a lot more. So that's the other thing. And the other thing is, like, you want to travel to different countries. You want to go, like, let's say traveling. You always have to worry about, should I bring my steroids? What if they see it in my suitcase? You know? And then every single day you got to get up and stab yourself. Although I did like the stabbing part myself for a while. I actually enjoyed poking myself because it felt really, like, dangerous and painful, and it felt really good sometimes. But it becomes an annoyance sometimes, you know? I remember one time I was in the gym, and I was walking to the gym, or many times actually. I would see someone who was natural. By the way, when you do steroids, when you see someone who's natural, you can tell instantly. I don't know how, but you can. Anyway, so you meet other guys, and they're natural, and they definitely have less size than you. They don't look as big as you because you're doing steroids, but you just see them, and they're lean, and they seem calm, and they're doing their own weight. They're not doing too heavy, but they're just doing fine. And I remember to myself, I was like, you know, he's not that big, but I would be happy with that body if I was free from steroids. I remember I was thinking that. But in my mind, it was like, I didn't think how I'm going to get off. I didn't know it's possible for me. My whole self-image was based on these drugs, on these chemicals. And that was the reason that I really want to let go of it, is because I didn't want to be dependent on something outside of me to be happy. I wanted to be free from it. And after a while of getting to the body that I wanted, and I had, you know, and again, I'll show you pictures, I felt like nobody gives a shit. Why am I spending thousands of dollars a month going through this shit, feeling drained, and nobody gives a shit? I'm still like, same thing, everything is the same. So that was the other reason. And lastly is the energy level, and this is the big thing. A lot of people think, well, you only have low energy when you're going off the cycle. But the truth is, after a while of doing steroids, from my experience and experience of seeing other people and my other friends, when we put our body through so much chemical going through our body, our liver and our kidney are working like 300% more. I want you to imagine this. Imagine you're putting your body through a lot more work, like your organs, like your kidney and liver. The organs that have to filter our food and give our blood nourishment are being taxed 300% or more. And I just made this number up. I don't have any evidence. But as a result of this, we experience lack of energy because our body's efficiency is going down. Sure, our muscle is working hard and is becoming more efficient, but our organs are working so much more, and they are being taxed. And in my experience, at age 21, I was having, 23 maybe, I was having liver issues. So my doctor told me, your liver is in danger. Your liver is in danger. Now, I do admit that I was doing other stuff. I was doing other drugs on the side of it. So that had to do with my liver. Like I was doing GHB, I was doing ecstasy and cocaine here and there. But it does affect our liver. And that drains our energy. So we have less energy. Okay? And let me tell you, nothing feels as good as having high energy. I would rather any day of the week, I would give you, 10 pounds of my muscle anytime to have 10 times more energy, to have more charisma or optimism than I would get the muscle. Okay, and lastly, I know this video is getting too long, but lastly is that why do we want to have this body? Because we want to feel good, right? You want to feel good. We want to be able to have the energy to go out, meet people, approach women, get laid, have sex, have fun, right? That's what we want. And that's the promise that steroids gives you. But it's not there, but it doesn't deliver on the promise. That's my experience. It doesn't deliver on the promise. Look at the guys who do steroids. Do they look happy to you? Or do they look like I'm this tough guy, I'm so angry? Okay? Not everyone, of course. I have a lot of friends who do steroids and acquaintances who do steroids. So I'm not saying everybody, but let's just be honest. The guys who do steroids, they look like this, right? And you don't want to look like that because that's not having fun. Okay? The guys who are having fun are the guys who are having girls rolling around them like crazy, and they're being approached in the street, and they're friendly towards everyone because they love everyone. They don't care about everyone, They don't care about trying to impress people. That's the guys who I model. So if you like to be doing anabolic steroids, and if you're questioning whether I should do it or not, I invite you to look at the guys who are doing steroids and be very curious and look at them. Are they happy? Do they inspire you? Okay? Do you want to be like them? And if you do, that's fine. Then you must do it. Look, I'm not saying nobody should do steroids. If I didn't do steroids, I wouldn't be where I am today. all right? But having done steroids and having spent so much money and all these side effects and near-death experience and all that, I think there's other ways to go around it. So thank you very much. I hope this video made the difference to your life. Lastly, I want to invite you, if you want my help to help you get in the best shape of your life naturally, I like to invite you to click the link below, because I want to send you something that I truly believe is going to help you with your diet and with your training, so you can gain lean mass and be able to increase your energy naturally, and don't waste your money on hormones that are going to put your health risk in danger. That's just my recommendation. And again, I'm not saying I'm some kind of a guru that I have all the answers. I'm just a regular guy like you who has been tempted to do many different mistakes, and I think I figured out my way, because I have the body that I'm proud of right now. I'm not, not the biggest guy you see in the world, but I have the body that I feel good about. I can take my shirt off and I can just feel good about it. And that's what I want for you. So if you feel resonate, click the link below and I'll tell you how I can help you out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.